Mali is home to the northernmost elephants in Africa. They once ranged from the coastal waters of Guinea to the Nile River in Egypt. There are roughly 500 of these Sahelian desert elephants living in an area called the Gourma. This photo by David Coulson shows what was once a rich savanna landscape, abounding with all the plains game typical of Africa, like gazelles, giraffe, lions, and of course elephants. Elephants are no strangers to climate change. The image of the Trust for African Rock Art shows us that 10,000 years ago elephants were common in many parts of the desert. This elephant was captured by ancient artists, showing the long-legged stride that is still typical of its descendants today. Since 1970, the range of elephants has declined following terrible droughts that dried up the seasonal lakes to the west. Drought has also led to nomads settling in one place and has put additional pressure on the remaining resources. The range in 2009 is now a fraction of its former self. We learn about elephant choices and needs by watching their movements. Over time, we can build up a picture of what is important to them and what challenges they face. Save the Elephants tracks elephants with high-tech GPS collars linked to the internet through a satellite phone network. These collars provide hourly updates of elephant locations. Here we see positions of 2 bull elephants being sent by their collars. The Mali elephants are the northernmost in Africa and have what we believe is the longest migration pattern of anywhere on the continent. Living in the Sahel, on the shores of the Sahara, they are extremely vulnerable to climate change. Daytime temperatures can soar up to 50 degrees during the hot season. Sandstorms are frequent in the lead-up to the start of the rains at the end of May. Our tracking data is showing that the survival of the Gourma elephants is directly linked to the water cycle and the elephant's ability to access surface water. The Gourma region gets only one rainy season each year, which serves to recharge a series of shallow lakes which hold surface water for the rest of the year. From January onwards, as the hot season progresses, a number of these lakes dry up, concentrating the elephants in a few areas. By May, one lake in particular is the central point for nearly all elephant herds in the Gourma. Called Banzena, it also provides water to thousands of livestock and herdsmen. The struggle for water got worse in March 2008 during a Save the Elephants collaring mission. Our team received news of elephants that had become trapped in a shallow well while migrating to Banzena. A third of the way into a 120-kilometre trip, they had attempted to drink from a series of shallow wells dug by herdsmen for cattle, and 4 of them had slipped in and become stuck. The elephants had spent 3 days trapped in the hole. 1 had already died. Our team worked frantically to free the surviving 3, using trucks and ropes. 2 of the infants were so exhausted they could not stand. Later, they would both regain their feet, but without the leadership of their family and miles from water, at least one of them would die. The larger female was also pulled free and surprised everybody when she regained her feet straight away. A tracking collar attached around her neck would later show us that she sprinted 80 kilometers to Banzena in a desperate bid to find water and rejoin her family. The fate of the Mali elephants hangs in the regularity of the water cycle and their ability to find water at critical times of the year. Minor disruption to the climate in the Sahel could have disastrous consequences for their population. Such a disruption occurred recently when the rains failed in 2008 and led to a water shortage across the Goma, in early 2009, Banzana, which normally holds water throughout the year, dried up completely, leaving herds of elephants and thousands of cattle desperate for water. The Mali government was forced to pump water for the elephants in an effort to help them. Save the Elephants contributed by building a concrete reservoir to hold this water and supplied diesel fuel for pumping. Despite the efforts, it was early rains that saved the day and gave the elephants another chance. The Tuareg word for water, aman, is a synonym for life. Climate change, exacerbated by too many livestock, will disrupt life in the Sahel. This threatens the fate of the last Sahelian elephants. By tracking their movements, we can better understand their needs. Save the Elephants provides the Mali government with vital data for better land use planning. To learn more about Save the Elephants, please visit our website. We need your support to secure their future.